I think we've got some really good time slots from a national point of view. We've got a couple of Thursday nights and one Easter Thursday, which I think is a real positive. Playing a big game against Sydney at home, which is fantastic for us. We've got a couple of Friday night games. We've got 7 games in Melbourne, which is a first for a long period of time. So it gives us the opportunity to get into some sort of routine as we play away and home. So look, I think there's some real positives there. We still have one in Queensland, one in New South Wales, one in South Australia. So there's still a mix, but certainly to have 7 in Melbourne is quite unusual. But 5 tough games at Etihad Stadium and 2 tough games at the MCG. So yeah, they'll still be vital games for us, but certainly a positive to get some sort of routine without travel. Yeah, well, we've got the Bulldogs twice this year, which will be a tough one. They're always tough, the Bullies. They always have been, but certainly now with them up and about, it's going to be a terrific game on the Friday night. And then we play them later in the year at Etihad, so they're tough games. But look, I don't think there's any easy games. Each club will go through their draw and think, well, which are the games we should be competitive and winning in, and which are the ones that are going to be really tough. But when you look through it, you start to think about how tough it really is, and every game and every team you play is a tough one. Playing Richmond in round 3, and then we've got the Hawks in round 5, so we need to get as much experience as we can playing at the G. That's probably, we would have liked another game at the G, but that's okay. I mean, we need to deal with that. And yes, Mitch will be playing against the Hawks in round 5, so it's not first up, but it's early in the season, so we'll get that one out of the way and move on from there. But really pleased to be able to play a couple of games early there. Look, there's a few other positives in the draw. We've got the Indigenous round, the Sir Douglas Nicholls round, which is terrific again, so we'll celebrate that round. We've got multicultural round, which is great. We're looking forward to celebrating again the multicultural content in the game these days, and that'll help us with our academies and other things that we're doing. And we've got the HMA Sydney game against Sydney on Easter Thursday, which will be an absolute beauty. So there are some really good games coming up to celebrate those particular themed rounds. With regard to the breaks between games, we've got 5-6 day breaks, but we've got a 5-day break between Richmond round 3, Sydney round 4, where we play on the Thursday night. So those 5 days are going to make it a difficult one to manage, but I'm sure our conditioning staff will get that right. You have to be good enough regardless of what happens with the draw. There's not an easy draw anymore. Every team's very capable, and some of the teams that are supposedly rebuild really quickly. So if you're in the bottom half of the table last year, doesn't mean you're going to be in the bottom half next year, the way the competition's evolving. And with so many trades and so many things, there's a lot of expectation about teams improving, and if we don't improve, we're not going to perform at the level we want to, which is to be vying for that top 8 position and hopefully vying for a high position.